live for a little bit tonight. I want to say hi to some of you fellas. Happy New Year. We're in 2025. We just got something in the mail. I think I know what it is. It's the same day we won these trophies. We had a magazine journalist out with us, and we won a noodling tournament. And they wrote an article over the whole tournament and about noodling in general. But we were their people.
Their tour.
We were their people that were on. Anyways, we're gonna open that up. Let you see the pictures. Read it, a little bit of it. Also, Mama Miley had our Christmas video come out today.
You don't know it?
I probably do, but go ahead. I'm going to show you guys. What are you doing?
Scoot it back a little bit.
This is alive, man. We're not trying to have you fidget in and messing with stuff like that. So, guys, don't forget, if you go to YouTube and you go to
subscriptions.
Oh, there we are. Adrenaline Rush Adventures. You can get to us several different ways. But if you click on Adrenaline Rush Adventures, see it says we're live, but if you scroll down, also there's all kinds of cool stuff here. But
hi, Gary.
when you get to the very bottom, here we go. The River Kings channel, Fierce Fishing's channel, Off the Dock Outdoors, and Mama Miley. Mama Miley had a video that came out today. Doesn't have many views yet. She doesn't post very often. But this one right here with the Grinch and the Holiday Cheermeister thumbnail, Christmas. Anyways, I'll leave a link for that at the end of the video. We're waiting on people to get in here. I just thought I'd show you all that. Don't forget, always your thumbs ups, your likes, your shares, your comments, and all your subscriptions to anything. Much appreciated. Have we got anybody in here yet?
Yeah, hi, Anak. Hi, Jackson, Thorn.
What up, Jackson? What up, Thorn?
Boomer effing Sooner.
Boomer effing Sooner.
He got some membership.
All right, well, we're going to open
You just did a horns up.
Well, I was doing the rock symbol, but yeah, horns down. But I love Texas, too. I love you Texas folks, too.
I don't like Texas.
All right, opening this baby up. Here we go. Let's see what she looks like. Go ahead, River. Beautiful. Aha. Texas Highway.
Oh my gosh, dude, it smells so good inside the envelope. It smells like a book. And like new stuff.
You weirdo.
Let me smell.
No, don't get distracted. All right, here. Let's find the noodling part. Quit. Okay, here we are. Show them this.
Shh.
Tell me when you're good.
He's good.
It's a slow pan. Show them the whole thing.
Yep, good.
It says, Show of Hands by Cameron Maynard. Photography by Eric Schiegel. Illustration by Ryan Johnson. The secretive, centuries-old outlaw tradition of noodling reaches its peak every summer at a Lake Tawakoni tournament with the kings of catfish.
Hi, Steven. He's from Hera.
Hey, what's up, guy from Shawnee? What's up, Steven? And here we go. That was the cover. Here's the next page there. Got a picture of me coming up for some air. It says, Nathan Williams surfaces while noodling for catfish during the 3rd annual Lake Tawakoni Big Cat Tournament.
Probably the last.
We'll see. We might have shut another one down, guys, but hopefully not. It says, I don't want to sound dramatic, but I have to peer through my fingers like I'm watching a horror movie. Little pieces of concrete are flying through the sunshine. Tiny bits of shrapnel shooting off in all directions. And it doesn't look like we're trying to catch a fish so much as free someone who's been buried alive. Drew Moore has one leg in the water, his other knee hiked up on a collapsed section of seawall, and he's slamming a piece of concrete the size of a human head into the corner of the crumbling causeway. With each cracking thud, the hole gets bigger and bigger. Fistfuls of concrete and broken rebar splashing into the small cavern below. So this is talking about the the video was titled "World Record Holders Team Up to Noodle." The Texas biggest noodling tournament, and that's where we won these things from. But so this is in the middle of the tournament. He's talking about a specific situation. He's starting off the story that way. It's a Saturday morning in July, and I'm at Lake Tawakoni's 3rd annual Big Cat Tournament, a 24-hour noodling bonanza where upwards of 20 participants are scouring roughly 37,000 acres for Texas's biggest flathead catfish. By all accounts, I've come to the right place. East Texas is the epicenter of noodling in the state. An ecosystem so productive that it would be an understatement to call it a hot spot. A boiling cauldron might be more accurate. I haven't seen the other participants, but a winner will be crowned in just under 8 hours. And I'm pretty sure I've hitched my inner tube to the right flat bottom boat. Yep. We also, that's what that thing is from back there, the third annual Lake Tawakoni Big Cat 2024. That's one of some where we got some more of our hardware there. It says the 4 guys I'm with are the noodling equivalent of Murderer's Row. A line. Hey, do you know who Murderer's Row is?
Is it bad?
Okay, anybody on YouTube know who Murderer's Row is?
Took my best guess there.
Fierce, you know who it is?
No, he doesn't.
No.
Come on, YouTube, help us out. I know who they are. Well, I think I know who they are. I could even be wrong, but I'm pretty sure. But anybody got an answer?
Hi, Brittany.
Drop it in the comments down below if you happen to know. But anybody gonna take a guess? Anybody gonna take a guess? How's the quality anyways? Is it coming in clear?
Looks like it.
I'm asking them. You can't see what they're seeing. How much? Anybody saying anything?
They're 42.
42. All right. Well, if nobody knows who Murderer's Row is, we'll continue. I'll let you know later.
Oh, I know the Yankees team with
There you
Babe
go,
Ruth
back
on it.
in the day. How do you know? You just who said it?
Thorn.
Thorn. There you go. Yeah, I knew we could count on old Thorn.
Oh, also, Thorn said something else earlier. Congratulations on getting y'all getting in the magazine.
Thank you. Okay, so the 4 guys I'm with are the noodling equivalent to Murderer's Row, a lineup of hand fishermen who consistently step onto the tournament stages and hoist the biggest fish in the air.
It's not my fault.
What ain't?
Fierce is like shaking it everywhere.
Oh, you were watching?
Yeah.
Upgrade.
Yeah, we got an upgrade behind the lens. Mama Miley's joined us. Woo! All right, now we're going to be cooking. Sit down, Fierce. Pull up a chair. You can be part of the video now. It says, Nate Williams is the oldest of his outfit, a former middle school teacher and YouTube star who's been noodling since 2000, the year he entered 8th grade. Williams drove down from Oklahoma with his 15-year-old son, River, and they've linked up with Justin White and Drew Moore, the 2 guys who back in 2023 caught a 98.7-pound flathead at this very lake. It's billed as the largest catfish ever pulled by hand out of Texas waters. So, a little backstory on that. I had the largest one ever weighed in officially at 85.2 pounds, I think it was, or 85.7, something like that. And it was also from down there at Lake Tawakoni. And then, Justin and Drew this last year, well, it's been a year and a half, 2023, caught a 98.7. By 13 pounds, yeah. Now, that's the officially weighed in ones on certified scales. They took it in.
It could have been, if it was weighed on a different scale, it could have been 100 pounds.
Yeah, on an unofficial scale, it'd probably been 100 pounds. But anyways, Mr. Jimmy Millsap, the guy who kind of showed us the ropes down there in Texas, he might have caught some that big before that he didn't take and weigh in officially. So anyways, moving on here. That's exactly what I'm after today. I want to see something record-breaking, something wild. All right, next page here. Quit. What are y'all doing?
What?
Mom's playing on her phone.
I'm texting people. I'm commenting.
Give them a slow pan from this side to that side. Show them what we're looking at here. In the picture, mostly. I'm going to read it to them. What?
Nothing. Did you like it, Allie?
Anyways, it says just a few feet up the embankment, someone shouts, and when I look up, I see a bystander who's wandered over from the nearby boat ramp. He's stepping over the guardrail, balancing himself on a still intact section of seawall. He looks perplexed, his mouth hanging slightly ajar. But as he starts to say something, an 18-wheeler roars past. I feel the rattle through my chest. What? I yell back. I said, he shouts, pointing past me, are y'all noodling? I look back down at Moore, somewhat shocked to see him crawling headfirst underneath the partially excavated concrete slab. I look back at the guy, and as another big rig approaches, I yell, I believe so. Noodling is, to put it plainly, the process of lowering or submerging your body in water, sticking your limbs in shore, line holes, or buried structures. and then wrestling out anything that bites down. The addition of light demolition is news to me, though I know very little about raising concrete, but the slab is the length of a garden shed, and structurally it's much less sound than it was 10 minutes ago. So as Moore climbs deeper into that hole, I feel a slight tinge of worry. The slab decides to give way, he could literally be crushed. Yeah, we do go in some crazy stuff that's a little bit...
What's the name of the magazine again?
Texas Highway.
Texas
Highways.
They have them at Walmart, H-E-B's, and Walgreens, stuff like that in Texas. I had to get mine in the mail because, you know, I'm 2 hours north of Texas up here in Oklahoma.
Yep.
Well, I'm not naturally a fearful person. Noodling is littered with eye-popping dangers, from people being bitten by snakes and beavers to those who've been cut or impaled on old pieces of metal and rusted rebar. But there's just one thing I keep thinking about: the noodlers who never resurface, those unable to wriggle free from the grip of some watery crevice. Hey, I've had a few close. No one's too good. I've had some close calls. Suddenly, Moore is shouting, and White's grabbing his ankles and dragging him out feet first. The former's hands attached to the mouth of a giant flathead. He rights himself, his face flushed, chest heaving. Then he lifts the fish up, cuts and gashes all over its head. The Leviathan stretches from Moore's neck to his knees. After a moment, White says, "That fish matches Drew perfectly," and we all start laughing. By the way, that was the fish that he caught. That way, we caught two of them out of. They got trapped in a hole. We'll leave that video at the end, a link to it at the end. It's called World Record Holders Team Up to Noodle Texas' biggest noodling tournament. It was from July on our channel. It's a banger of a video.
Here's a little. Wait, never mind. We can't do that. It's alive.
Just like a fish in a hole, it's hard to pin down the origins of noodling in Texas. The practice was documented in 1775 among Native American tribes along the southeastern United States. But as a rudimentary form of fishing, noodling may trace back thousands of years, predating other forms of subsistence fishing that necessitate tools like hooks, nets, and spears. These methods were utilized by the Coahuiltecans, a small band of hunter-gatherer tribes that, I have no idea if I said that right. Coahuiltecans,
Is it spelled with a Q?
C. I'm going to say Coahuiltecans, probably. Coahuiltecans, maybe. Small bands of hunter-gatherer tribes that filtered through the region of modern-day South Texas. Even today, noodling thrives as a folk tradition passed down by family and friends, then diffused outward through travel and trade. By 1854, the Texas legislature was surveying land for potential Indian reservations. A New York writer named W.B. Parker took stock of the Texas landscape. He was enamored with the Brazos River, a water system he described as cornucopia of monster fish. In one account, the men haul a catfish ashore, one that's 4 foot 7 inches long and 9 inches across the head.
How big was your 80-pounder?
Pretty long.
54, 56, 56, I think. She was 4 inches short. So 56, 4 foot 7 would be 48 plus 7 would be 55. So yeah, it'd probably be an 80-pounder. Anyways, that was probably an 90-pound fish, it says. As the Texas population expanded, so did the appetite for outdoor activities. Around 1900, resort-style hand fishing appeared at a place called Chadwick Mill, a tourist and camping destination about 100 miles west of Waco. Before long, many states were outlawing the practice, and at the beginning of the 20th century, noodling became legally taboo. As scientists and biologists and conservationists, we've just kind of really frowned on it, says Chris Bodine, a former Texas Parks and Wildlife research biologist who chaired a catfish committee with the Southern Division of the American Fishery Society. But some states promote noodling, like Oklahoma. It's practically a religion up there. In the mid-1990s, as the extensive dam project pulled water across Texas, more people became in contact with fishing opportunities, and even in its illegality, noodling spread. By 1960, travel writer John Graves was marveling at the courage or hubris of noodlers in Goodbye to a River. Having found a catfish that couldn't be reached and one that was particularly uninterested in eating his hand, one noodler devised a plan to spear it. Before long, the fish was bowling over the noodler, turned spear fisherman, breaking his shoulder for food. breaking his shoulder for good measure. When the townspeople finally dragged it out of the river, they discovered a dead catfish that weighed 117 pounds.
What river?
It says "Goodbye to River" was the name of the published work that they were citing. I don't know if they're talking about a book, a magazine, or what. Tall fishtails follow every handling method and species of fish, but they may be a bit weightier with noodling since the practice didn't see statewide legislation until 2011. For most of its modern history, it's been practiced in the shadows, hidden from the watchful eyes of the law. Noodlers fish primarily at night, wading through dark waters, quietly coming up for air like Martin Sheen in Apocalypse Now. Many homeowners were happy to turn them in. More than a few noodlers were arrested, ticketed, or socially scorned for their troubles. One such instance is legendary within the... One such instance is legendary within the East Texas noodling community. I kept hearing the story of the East Texas toe biter from 1980s, when a man at Lake Tyler got into some legal trouble for supposedly throwing a 122-pound flathead out of the water because it bit him in the foot. The kicker, though, was that the fish was still alive and well, just lounging around the aquarium at the Texas Freshwater Fisheries Center in Athens. The second part of the story is not only false, but also caused a bit of confusion. When I called the Fisheries Center to ask about it, turns out that the world record blue catfish caught on a rod and reel was actually the fish held in their aquarium for a time. All that said, the 122-pound flathead did exist, as did the legal troubles that followed the man who caught it. Because of all of this, many modern-day noodlers are former outlaws of the waterways who have broad-shouldered themselves into a polite fishing society. You won't find these outdoors people donning waders and fishing fedoras, then fiddling with custom-made flies between picturesque backcasts. You certainly won't catch them bedding down at places called the Moose Elk Lodge, unwinding with a bottle of Chablis. What?
I was asking about where she got
Anyways.
She's down till she gets shoved.
So noodling's always been legal in Oklahoma, so luckily we've never had to be outlaws, but I do have some friends from down in Texas that until 2011 did it illegally. Some of them never got caught, some of them did. Some of them got tickets, some of them didn't. Speak of the devil. It says noodlers are more likely to sleep in their boats, rally with Red Bulls and honey buns, than barrel into the water on a scavenger under the boat docks. That was us, right? We noodled for 48 or 24 hours, but we didn't sleep all night. Never took a nap.
I had
No
one
food.
honey bun.
Well, River took a nap.
River took like a 13-minute nap maybe. But we stopped at this little marina and they didn't have anything to eat. So we had to buy Red Bulls, Cokes, and honey buns. That's all we had. Anyways, it says, one of the biggest of these former outlaws is Jimmy Millsap. A long-time Lake Tawakoni noodler who is, according to some, the godfather of Texas noodling. I had paved the game warden's driveway one day and got caught by him the next, Millsap recalls. I told him when he caught us, I guess you're trying to get your driveway money back. Millsap and his wife Kelly, along with their daughter Lucy, are all noodling champions. Much of their collective know-how comes from Don Donahue, an old-timer who stood 5'4" and weighed about as much as a trophy-sized fish. Donahue had been noodling Lake Tawakoni since it got dammed into existence in the 1960s, and many of Lake Tawakoni's trade secrets come directly from him. A lineage that stretches from Donahue to Millsap and on to people like White, Moore, and Williams. When White and Moore caught their 98.7-pounder, they called Millsap, saying if he wanted to drive over to the marina to have his picture taken with the fish. For a sport that was illegal for so long, its practitioners brandished as criminals. The open, public celebration of a record-breaking fish is fairly new. While that doesn't heal old wounds, it does provide a bit of recognition for all the anglers who never got their due and their monster fish that became nothing more than myths in every diner and bait shop from the prairies to the pine curtain. White and Moore's fish didn't just represent the largest flathead weighed in on a certified scale post-legalization. In some ways, it represented a sport that had finally been pulled from the live well, lifted up for all those to see. Anyway, here's another picture on that one. What's anybody saying?
Max said, man, this family is a bunch of fish nerds. I love it. People being so dedicated about almost anything is so fun to see.
That's true, Max.
Yep.
Is that Big
So
Mac?
that was like the history of noodling and Texas noodling, and I think we're about to get into the actual day that the guy went with us. It says we should be done here. It's 7 p.m. and the guys have spent 24 hours in the water, but we're still standing around the marina's gravel parking lot. Cops loom on the hill above us. Williams and Moore have been declared the winners with a 60-pound flathead catfish. Yeah, we had an internal battle. It was Nate Williams and Drew Moore against the River King and Justin White. This is what Nate Williams ended up getting. This is what
I would have ended up getting that one if my teammate didn't go home.
his teammate had to go take a nap.
He had to go watch his kid.
He had to go watch his kid for a couple hours because he had an infant at home. But anyways.
Thorne says he didn't know you could read this good.
We'll get it next.
Yeah, sorry if I'm boring you to death. But anyways, Williams and Moore have been declared the winners with a 60-pound flathead, and White and Rivers received second place with a 55.7-pound effort. River, you found that one and caught it all by yourself.
Yeah, they just left me and they said, "Here, you check it."
We told River to scout some little area of the thing, and
then I found
he hollered at us. He felt a good hole, and by the time we got there, he had the dang thing caught by himself already. Anyways, well, this should be cause for celebration. It's not. We're near a food truck listening to the hired band perform a laudable enough rendition of Leonard Skinner's Tuesday's Gone, while a nearby group of stern-faced local deliberates rules and regulations. Off to the side, not far from the rental cabins, two shirtless teenage boys are holding up a tournament banner they've unearthed from the edge of the roadway. The bottom of the banner reads, "Must time up by 6 p.m." Now that you've been a part of this big fiasco, William says, you're going to be like part of the family. That's what I told the guy that wrote this article. Yeah, so the bottom line is on that, it's about to tell you about it in this magazine, but we were on our way to register, and only one team had registered at like 5, so the guy sent out and said he's letting people sign up later. So we stopped and had dinner instead of running straight there. And so we signed up like an hour and a half after the original 6 p.m. deadline, only because he'd sent out a big group text to everybody, all the noodlers, and posted on Facebook that you could enter any time that night before the close of business. So we didn't do anything wrong, but because originally they had some little thing on a banner, these little kids were being douchebags, and their dad was too, just losing their mind. I wouldn't want to win with the third place fish anyways, you know what I mean? But they were just being Karens. Anyways, two shirtless boys hold up a tournament banner they've unearthed from the edge of the roadway. The bottom of the banner reads, "Must sign up by 6 p.m. Now that you've been part of this big fiasco, William says you'll be part of the family. It was a blast. It's an incredibly nice sentiment, but like all families, bad feelings can be picked at like scabs, and that's exactly what we're staring at. Imagine if they beat us with a heavier fish, Moore says, and we go and do what they did and try to take pictures with the first place fish and the first place check. You wouldn't catch me dead doing something like that. After a brief pause, if we get the third place trophy, I'm going to throw it in the lake.
Who said that? You?
Drew did.
Oh, it sounds like something you would say.
The big fiasco started an hour ago, right after weigh-ins, when a man named Michael Burt, a local noodling guide,
Hey, he made it in the magazine.
ripped off his shirt and got in the tournament director's face. He kept screaming, "You're not going to rob those boys." His jugular veins were raging as he pointed to his son and his son's friend. The recipient of this tirade is tournament director Mikey Klein, who just stands there and takes it. He's wearing a rubber catfish mask pulled back on his forehead like a swim cap with catfish whiskers. Part of a tournament persona, he's dubbed Mr. Catfish. Yeah, he did. You see his veins all burgeoning? He was way madder than he should have been. I was wondering if he was on the sauce, maybe a little roids or something. Because I don't know how anybody.
David Riviera says hello from Ohio. He really enjoys your content, and God bless your family.
Well, thank you,
There's some big
David.
catfish in the Ohio River.
Yeah, they need to legalize that in Ohio. I'm gonna get up there.
Yeah, I should try to get it.
Max said he trolled for pike every morning at his grandpa's lake in northern Indiana and never caught one, but got a giant bluegill sunfish. It was like 2 pounds.
What day? Our next 2 videos or 3 videos are pike, and we did get some. So I hope you check those out next week.
Airgun says hey, and Miranda says hey.
Hey, Miranda.
Hello,
And who else?
Airgun and
Airgun. What's up, Airgun?
Brenda from said hello from a snowy 8. I love you guys.
No, we ate again. Love you too, Brenda.
Johnny.
And then Big Mac Michael says my name is Michael.
Hey, Michael. What's up, Big Mac?
My name.
Anyways, back to this fiasco. It says the problem is one of signatures and sportsmanship. Due to unseasonal flooding, only 3 teams had entered the tournament, and the boat held 2 of them. And our boat, the guy who wrote this article, held 2 of them. Team Adrenaline and Team Texas. The only other team, the teenagers called Team Outlaws, with also the help of their fathers, apparently, hauled in the 3rd place fish. But Team Outlaws signed up at 6 p.m., the original cutoff time, while everyone on our boat signed up 2 hours late. With a tournament of only 1 team, Klein extended the sign-up deadline, texting every noodler he knew, minus Team Outlaws. Both factions have declared themselves 1st and 2nd place finishers, which includes a $4,500 in prize money, trophies, and oversized novelty chucks. Yeah,
Checks.
that one. Checks.
Not Chuck.
Vince says hook in hand is crazy. Hi.
Hook in hand. Hey, what's up, Vince? Are you new to the channel? Hook in hand is not even close to our craziest. It was just some reason been blowing up lately. That video's got over 30,000 views in the last 48 hours when Fierce got hooked in the hand. River got his first ticket. River had a bloodworm in his ear, and I got cat scratch fever.
That week was a crazy week.
It was a crazy week. Yeah, it was.
It's like an every other week thing.
Okay.
Scar from Hook in Hand.
Yeah, me
Did
too.
you show him? It says, I walk over to Bert.
Hook in Hand.
This guy's name was Cameron. Cameron says, I walk over to Bert, who's somewhat imposing with his beard, tattoos, and chiseled frame. A gold catfish-shaped pendant dangles from his neck. I want my son to be on stage and win tournaments and get the recognition for being one of the best out there, he says. They don't have a voice, but I do. When I ask how important this is, trying to ascertain the extent to which his anger runs, he offers a wry smile. It's family first, noodling second. This argument goes on for another hour. The factions shuffling together in one big group, then breaking off, then coming back together again like rivulets of rainwater on a windshield. Klein returns, sands the catfish mask, and asks how he can fix the situation. Everyone reminds him that it's on his shoulders. He has to make the decision. He has to make it right. But he swiftly retreats again. I spot him on the hill, back in the shadows, and I can see it on his face. The pain and worry from carrying the weight of everyone's growing frustrations. At one point, he comes back down and sidles up to one of the splintered conversation circles and says, I don't want to go to the hospital. A few people roll their eyes, but several participants lower their heads and nod in agreement. The hospital would be bad. And at previous noodling tournaments, it's been on the table. This is a sport that tends to generate arguments, accusations, and even violence. At this tournament, no one's accused anyone else of cheating, but almost everyone has discreetly pointed to someone else here, accusing them of something in the past. Bringing in fish from other lakes, fishing before tournament time starts, putting weights in the fish to make them heavier, using illegal devices such as homemade gaffs, or just drumming up false accusations to cast doubt on someone's character. You can feel the tension in the air, the same way you feel death drifting through the pews of a funeral. Noodling tournaments may be the closest thing we still have to anxious poker games at the Wild West saloons. Yeah.
That's so true.
Just to add a little bit of extra to that, guys, at this tournament, the cops did get called. This guy said he didn't want to go to the hospital because they were like getting into his face like this, yelling at him and spitting in his face and like bumping him with their forehead and chest. And they were like trying to bully him. I'm glad he didn't crack because they were just trying to get their way by throwing a fit. But there's been 2 or 3 tournaments where after we won, grown men who were too drunk on beer were so jealous and so mad, came up and tried to fight us. And one time, the Williams family took on all of Lake Eufaula and all of the people from Lawton. It was us 4 here, Mama Miley, Fierce, River King, Nate, Jace, and we had Miley's brother Shy,
River
Aaron.
and one of their friends named Aaron. Yeah, their uncles. So we had what, 7 of us? 7 on over 20. And they started swinging at me. They got on a big dog pile. They were all on top of me. And they got so piled on top of me that they couldn't even swing anymore. And we were holding our own pretty good.
Fierce was pretty small. What,
Fierce-
8 maybe?
Fierce was about
This
8.
one's balling.
He's the only one. He bowed out of the fight. He went over there and sat down and just started crying because he saw his family getting beat up. But what happened was this guy came up to me and tried to shove me down some stairs and called me a cheater.
We didn't even fish in the tournament. We were just
We
there.
didn't even, we didn't officially fish in the tournament. We just helped the first place team. And anyways, he tried to push me down some concrete stairs, but my cat-like reflexes, I caught myself falling down the stairs. And Miley lost her temper because she doesn't like seeing people mess with people she loves, you know. So she comes up there and she just punches this big, fat, huge guy right in the face. And then he starts going for Miley. Well, of course, I'm not going to let him go for Miley. So I have a beer bottle in my hand and I was just like, clank, full aluminum beer bottle, and it just like folds over his head and dents. And he went falling backwards, and then the whole place started fighting me. And
everybody.
I won the most tournaments ever, so everybody there just wanted to come try to get a cheap shot on Nate Williams. And luckily, I had some people. We didn't have no security, no policemen there, so this thing went on like. I was just like down the bottom of the pile telling myself, it's okay, these things never last more than like 30 seconds, 2 minutes, just don't get knocked out in the meantime. And it lasted for like 5 minutes plus because they could not, the bystanders there could not get everybody broken up. And finally, Jace got a couple real good shots on the guy who was on top of me. He kneed him in the head, busted him up pretty good. And then the one security guard they did have came and pinned down Jace.
Yep.
And then he
Jace was what, 16, 15 maybe at the time?
18,
Maybe 17?
maybe.
He wasn't even 18 yet. He wasn't even 18. He was like
he
17.
was 17. I thought you meant the year. Yeah, and so River waits till the security guard finally holds one down. River's about 10 at the time.
I was like, yeah.
The security guard finally pins down like the second most aggressive guy on the ground. The security guard does, and River comes over there and punts him right in the head. Boom! His head's like whack. The guy couldn't do nothing because the security guard had him held down. So
the security guard didn't even see.
There was two of those guys that was looking in bad shape, and I was a little bloody. Someone finally picked up a rock and was like whack, and bashed me with the rock.
Aaron say he got one?
Yeah, our uncle, he was really drunk at the time, and he said.
Thorne said, "That's my boy, River."
Yeah, he said. Our uncle was like, I hit one of them in the head with a rock, and we don't know for sure who he hit in the head with the rock, but Dad got hit in the head with the rock.
I had a big gash. Someone hit, but I think it was the guy with the red shirt. He came in and was like, whack, and the one good shot they got on me. Anyways, we won that tournament. We shut down the Big Cat tournament on Lake Eufaula. They never had it again. We shut down a lot of tournaments because we won them so much, people just stopped having them. They didn't want to see us win anymore. And
these tournaments do get crazy, guys. Like,
crazy.
ever since the boys were little bitty, they've had grown men come up to them while they're walking off stage with their fish and just like get in their face. Since they've been like small.
Never took a fish up there that they couldn't carry, but when Fierce was small, he'd have like a 40-pounder and he'd just be barely struggling to carry it up there. And they'd be like, there's no effing way he caught that fish. That bull, he can't even lift that up. Blah, blah, blah.
But guys, in the water, when you're pulling out fish, the weight it don't feel like 40 pounds.
No,
it's more like 10, 20 pounds max if it's a 40-pounder. So it's easy to pull out a 40-pounder, even when you're little.
Yeah, when River was 4 years old,
I caught a
54.5 pound catfish.
My record.
He weighed about 40 pounds.
54 pounds was my record for like a long time.
Yeah, it was his record long. I caught out of the river, out of a bank hole that was about this deep. I caught the mate, and the mate was about 30 pounds. I assumed that the mate would be within 5 pounds one direction or the other, 25 to 35. Actually, I didn't catch the mate. I felt the mate, and I said, come catch this one. I didn't even know for sure there was two fish, and he got that one and caught it, and I was like, what the heck just happened? I would have, because back then I would have just caught it for myself because it was fun.
But at the tournament before this one, we had to send some people to jail because...
Yeah, I was going to tell him that.
Oh, go ahead.
I was waiting to see if you were going to say what anybody said. But yeah, guys, I also left it out of the video this year. If you may have known, River won the Paws Valley, the Okie Noodling tournament this year with a 70-pounder. That's also an awesome video. The tournament videos are some of our best ones that always do the best on our channel. But I left the part out. We did get a little bit of it on video. Afterwards, we were loading up our fish to leave. Everything was over. We'd already got our money. And some, again, people who'd lost.
We're drunk.
Were too drunk. Came over there and like, there ain't no way that fish weighs 70 pounds, blah, blah, blah. And I was like, you guys, y'all are just sort of, I like, stop it. And I was like, how about if I weigh it right here on my scale? You can just apologize to me. He's like, all right, I will apologize if it weighs 70 pounds. So I like reach into my truck to get my scale. Of course, some YouTubers like, I gotta film this. So I took an extra second and grabbed my GoPro. And as I'm clicking it on, Jace walks up and Jace is like, quit being little bitches. Our fish did weigh 70 pounds. And of course, he shouldn't have lipped off to the guy, I guess. But the guy was just, this guy, no less than 400 pounds, 6'6", and he just goes, wham, and just hits Jace. And Jace just goes down on the concrete, wham. And I step up, and I'm about to get the guy because I'm like, hell no, you ain't gonna hit my kid. Cops were within 10 yards, 20 yards of us. And he takes a swing at me as I'm approaching him, and I dodge it. And River slammed it, opened the back door or something, and it almost hit me. So as I'm about to hit him, I had to dodge the door. And then the guy swings at me again, and I dodge it again, and I have the GoPro, and it's got the big long stick on it, and I'm in the middle of a tomahawk. And I hear Fear say, Dad, no! And at the time, I see the cops like 2 steps behind him, like full charge about to tackle him. So I just stopped. And right when I stopped, the cops just tackled the guy into the ground. And they put him in handcuffs and arrested him. And then his friend, his partner, kept mouthing the cops, talking crap. Both of them went to jail. We had to file police reports.
It's crazy. They get crazy, guys.
Yeah.
Vince wants to know how much money you guys have made so far on tournaments.
Well, back in our prime, back in 2015, we had a year where there was about 16 noodling tournaments that year, and we won 14 of the ones out of the 16 we played in, and we placed like second in one and didn't place in the other. And I think we made about 20,000 that year at the tournaments. And I was splitting with my noodling partner, so we got a little over 10,000 for our family. And then again in 17, I went solo lobo. I didn't fish with a noodling partner. It was just me, the River King, Jace, and Fierce.
When we were all little.
And there was probably 12 tournaments, and we won like all 12, and we won at least $15,000. But the last couple years, we focused more on the YouTube. So overall, we probably made $100,000 off these tournaments. But the last couple of years, we only pretty much do the Big Cat tournament and the Paul's Valley tournament.
There really aren't as many tournaments as there used to be.
The tournaments, the $1,000, $2,000 tournaments have mostly fizzled out. It's weird. Only the big ones still remain. So
Aragon says this is why we love you all, or you guys. You're just like the rest of us.
Yeah. Yeah, I figured I could tell a little more on the live. I edited a lot of that stuff out in the videos, but yeah, man, it's crazy. Like that was the funniest part of this article. When he said noodling tournaments may be the closest thing we still have to an anxious poker games at Wild West saloons. It's what it feels like. You're scared to death someone's gonna say you're a cheater, even if you're not. You're scared to death someone's gonna try to fight you, even if you're not. You're not really scared. I mean, you're worried about it. I'm not scared if someone wants to fight me, we'll fight. But
anxious.
It's stressful to have
tense.
to do all this
It's very
stuff.
tense.
Yeah. And instead of people being happy that, like, I'm happy when if someone beats us, I'm usually like, oh, thank goodness somebody beat us. So I don't have to get yelled at.
The heat's not on you.
The heat's not on me.
Yeah.
You know? And I'll go tell them great job because I don't care how they caught their fish. If they bring a bigger catfish than the Williams boys, they deserve to be like, great work. Anyways, we got one last paragraph here. Let me finish it up. It says, at one point, a mediator steps into the circle and suggests a fish off. And by the way, as soon as he said that, I was like, let's do it. Let's go ahead. Let's take a judge with us. Let's have a fish off to settle this right now. Even though we weren't supposed to, we already won the tournament, but I was down to do a fish off because I know we're 10 times better than those people. It's a brief moment of levity before everyone realizes he's serious. And I think I'm the only person on the marina grounds who wants to see it come to fruition. In fact, I'm already gauging how quickly I can sprint to a flat bottom boat before the last team takes off. But it never happens. After 24 hours of fishing, nobody wants to keep fishing. And to Team Adrenaline and Team Texas, it seems preposterous they're being asked to catch another giant catfish after they've already hauled the two biggest fish ashore. The congregation has negotiated and exhausted all options. Finally, one of the marina owners steps into the fray. I'm fixing to have to file trespassing to make everyone leave, he says suddenly, and we all remember the cops on the top of the hill. That, along with an injection of extra money to the pot, hastens a resolution. Team Adrenaline and Team Texas will walk away with the first and second place novelty checks as Team Outlaws gets to walk away with the trophies. Each side gets to declare victory, though no one is entirely satisfied. And they did that only to get those guys to leave. And those old trophies had old dates on them, and they gave us the new ones. So just to make it official overall.
They did also post this on Facebook saying we are the
tournament
official.
did post that we're the official winners. So this magazine is kind of a neutral perspective, but we were solo champions, even though we had to give a little bit of our money away that we should have.
Vince said, wait, your kid got punched? How much years in prison did he get?
None.
I'm sure he didn't. I need to check it
Is
out.
Jace is 22.
Jace is 22.
So
Yeah, so my oldest
he was an
son.
adult.
But he did get punched at the follow one when he was.
He did get punched at the follow when he was 17, and that guy got in no trouble. Didn't even get a question by police. We complained to the tournament director on that one, and he said that he shouldn't have been trying to fight with him. But he only came into the fight because his dad was getting jumped. But
Brittany says, I hope we get a snowman video, LOL.
it's already it's not up. The Christmas video came out today, but we are editing the snowman video right now. Yes, and it probably will be on Mama Miley's channel. Anyways, it says, on the way out, I stopped to speak with Klein. He is sitting on a bench looking towards the empty gravel lot, the band revving up a rendition of Poison's Every Rose Has Its Thorn. The breeze is blowing off the lake, and people have gathered on the shoreline to watch the fireworks. It was the 4th of July weekend, wasn't it?
Yep.
Yeah.
This is what makes the sport ugly, he says. I apologize for the scene, Klein starts crying through his words, talking about game trust, missed opportunities, and fractured friendships. You see, he could never catch the 100-pound fish. Even as a former outlaw himself, he could never noodle the way these guys do. So he took off the wetsuit and put on the catfish mask, creating the stage for others to show off their skills. It should be a celebration, a nod to the sport these people love. But noodling has never been for the squeamish. It takes a certain type, a certain gear to get face to face with a thrashing monster. Not a lot of people have that kind of moxie. Maybe as the years go by, it's a state of I think it's a typo. It's a state of being that slips through our fingers. When Klein finally rights himself, he takes a deep breath, looks me dead in the eyes, and says, "I think Mr. Catfish is retired."
Aw.
Anyways, here's the pictures from this one. Show them the little pictures on that one.
Mr. Catfish. I didn't even get to see him.
Brittany Martinez sent you $1.99.
Well,
Yeah, thank
Brittany.
you, Brittany. Woo, woo, woo. That was our first.
It says, make a splash. If you want to take part in the 4th annual Lake Tawakoni Big Cat Tournament, it is tentatively scheduled for May 30th through 31. And then it has Texas Parks and Wildlife Department, Texas, something, blah, blah, blah.
Wait, so there is a 4th one.
Yeah, I think he was just really rattled that night, but after the dust settled, he's like, yeah, we're going to keep doing this, and we're not going to let people act that way anymore. You're like, we're done with that. So
Yeah.
this had to happen one year at years before at the Paul's Live Tournament, before we had the big fiasco throwdown and punch thing, there was almost a fight at one. They have really good security at the Okie Noodling one, and they had people step in. This guy came up and was like, mother effing River and Fierce.
Yeah.
And I had the 85-pounder on my shoulder, and I'm walking, he gets right up in my face, and I went ahead and headbutted him, and the cops came up and broke us up. As soon as I set it down that fish, I was about to tear him up, but he was made to leave the tournament, and he was the 2nd place finisher, and they didn't even let him receive his stuff on stage. They sent it to him in the mail or some other way, but he shouldn't have even got his stuff after acting that way. But
No, he shouldn't have.
what was the reason I brought that up?
Oh, I don't know. Because it wasn't the first fiasco.
Oh, because after that, they got real strict on if you are bashing, bad-mouthing, cussing, slandering, you're just gone. Like, we're asking you to leave.
Yeah.
And so it never gets started now. So Paul Valley's done a way better job at getting it fixed.
And years before that, someone approached your grandma, your
I
72-year-old
approached my
grandma.
and told her that we were cheaters, that kids can't catch that big a fish.
Yeah.
And I wish I had started this YouTube when these kids were 3, because they were catching these big catfish, and we'd be already millionaires. But
Yeah, it would have been great.
everybody kept telling me to start it, but I was a teacher, and I was real stuck with it. You know, I was coaching all their sports. I was real busy being a teacher, and there's no money when you first start YouTube, and you do it for free. So it's a big jump to take, and so it was a great idea, of course, yeah, but it took a while to get us there.
And that's the end.
Greg says he's just curious if anyone knows why Norm hasn't posted in 2 years.
Because
If you know.
his editor went to somebody else, and
His editor started editing for like Jake and Logan Paul,
Yeah.
one of them, and he still part-time helps him. That's like the only kind of reason. He said he was burnt out. He also has still been filming videos with AO. He came and filmed a paddlefish video with us, and he filmed it for his channel. He just hasn't posted it.
yeah, every time he's came with us, he
And he
filmed
said
it.
he's gonna post again soon. So I don't know if there's something he wasn't telling me, and maybe he's got a TV contract that doesn't allow him to, that he's gonna start a show soon. But
I don't know. Their guesses are good as ours,
so your
right?
guess is as good as ours. He will be back. He's still going out and filming videos, so he will eventually post again. So he either could be any time because he's just burnt out, or if not, unless he's the only other thing it could be if he had a TV contract. Some of those contracts won't let you do videos, but I would guess he's just burnt out and he just needs a little break.
Gary said he's glad you won the snowman contest.
Oh, yeah.
Gary Hayes.
Hayes, yeah.
Hey, thanks, Gary. Yeah. Thank you guys who went and voted. We won the snowman contest yesterday. Where's your phone? Everybody got a picture of our snowman?
I don't know.
Then Max Ugly says, have you ever caught something you couldn't believe, like something you weren't fishing for?
A snake.
Someone says, I hooked a snake once. Also wondered if the bats diving at my cast could be caught too.
We've caught
a
beavers,
puffin.
snakes. I'm talking about noodling. Beaver, snakes, frogs. I've caught ducks, diving ducks under the water that were hiding under rocks when I noodled them. Some weird stuff.
Bass.
Bass. I've caught bass noodling. Mudcats, bullheads.
Oh, the tilapia.
I caught a tilapia noodling. I couldn't believe it. He was in a spot where you could catch him in shallow water. That was actually in a video.
Crabs.
I've caught crabs. Well, we were catfish noodling in North Carolina.
Yeah.
When Virginia.
Flounder. We caught a flounder.
We caught a flounder noodling in North Carolina, and we caught crabs when we were noodling in Virginia, right there, right before it comes into the ocean.
Abigail Jackson says, guy in the middle is kind of fine, LOL. Ooh, River.
Early friend.
Oh yeah, here's our snowman that we won the contest with. Show him real quick.
Oh, here's our snowman.
And thanks for you guys who did the Facebook vote. I
Yeah.
told the kids if we won the contest, I'd let them split the money we got from winning that contest. There's a Facebook contest for the city of Shawnee. And anyways, guys, Texas Highways Magazine. If you happen to live in Texas, it's at HEB, Walmart, Walgreens, places like that. If you're not, you could order offline. But you know, you just heard the whole thing, so
That gets me pumped up for fishing.
yeah, we're ready for
Boom
noodling
Dog
season.
says hi.
Hi,
Boom.
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 You forgot to tell him your puffin story.
Oh yeah. So that was the stuff we caught by noodling. Stuff we've caught by accident when we were fishing. When we were in Alaska, it's on video as well. We were fishing for salmon or trout or both. Salmon.
We're fishing
Just
for
We were fishing out in the bay for salmon on a boat, and this stupid puffin. They look.
They're so cute.
Oh my god, I'll be back.
They're really a puffin hat. They look like a toucan
If a
or a
penguin,
penguin,
if a
but they
penguin
died.
was shaped into an actual bird,
It's so cute. They're so
They're pretty
cute.
little birds. The water was clear, and he could see our bait, you know, this far from our bobber underneath the water. And he kept trying to dive down there and get it. And one time he dove down there, and we were trying to pull away from him, and it snagged him in the foot. And so he wouldn't come off the hook. We had to reel him in and catch him on the boat, and then unhook him, let him go.
He was cute.
Also, in Florida, we accidentally caught a sea turtle that got stuck on there.
Oh, yeah. Oh, here comes River in his puffin hat.
That's what a puffin looks like. That's the weirdest thing we've caught fishing.
Turn your head out that way towards that. Oh, yeah. There we go.
toucan.
This hat will also be featured in Monday or Thursday's video this next week. When we go
River's
pike spearing,
goofy.
we're pike spearing. That was my grandpa's hat that he got from Iceland. My grandpa passed away a few years ago.
Yeah, the guy, one of them, I can't remember. Oh, Boomin' Effin' Sooner is Carolyn's neighbor.
Oh,
yeah,
that's
right. Yeah, that's right. Steve, I think.
Steven.
Steven?
I think.
Yeah.
Sarah Ingram says, tell River I said hello.
Who's that?
Say
don't
hello,
know.
Sarah.
Howdy.
She said she's a big fan. She watches your videos a lot.
Where you from, Sarah?
How much people's watching?
45.
Nice.
Abigail Jackson said, wait, y'all noodle? Heck yeah, they noodle.
Yeah, that's our whole channel basically.
That's exactly.
Sarah is a boy.
Oh, nice.
I mean, it's probably his mom's count. Is that right, Sarah? What's your real name, Sarah? Leah says, beautiful family.
Thank you. Yeah, if it's your first time just scrolling through, go ahead and hit. Hey, let me show you.
What's your biggest catfish?
Biggest noodle one is 85.
Mine is 70 pounds.
And Fierce's is
Oh, a couple pounds.
57.
57.
Or 58.
What we got down here, I want to show y'all some cool stuff.
Hi, Cash.
More cool stuff. This I threw out the first pitch at the Tulsa Noodlers game a couple years ago, and they let me keep the first pitch ball.
Cash, are you Cash?
We do some videos on that too.
You gotta get out your journey weight.
I'm going to get out this golden catfish.
They're getting out trophies to show you guys now.
Mom,
It's down there. I was gonna show them that too.
show them this. Rah!
That was from the show Mudcats that we won. We did a whole season of a reality show called Mudcats in 2012, and that was that.
The
And
trophy.
this golden trophy is the only Noodler of the Year they've ever done. This was for Noodler of the Year 2000. What year does that say?
Texas and Oklahoma, right?
Texas, Oklahoma.
2016.
2016 Noodler of the Year. It's the only year they ever did Noodler of the Year.
This is the one I won.
That was the only kids Noodler. They only did Noodler of the Year and Kids Noodler of the Year one year ever, and I won Noodler of the Year. River won Kids Noodler of the Year. Someone needs to bring that back, Noodler of the Year. I think we'd be in the running again every year. Of course, I've missed like 10 years of my prime here as Noodler of the Year, but
And
it's an
then,
actual catfish mounted and then painted gold. Actual flathead even. I love that trophy. And then this, Mom has won the Okie Noodling Tournament Queen twice. Mama Miley, she won the Queen from the contest. You've seen that video this year. And then this, we got when we took Jeremy Wade noodling. Me and Jeremy Wade teamed up. I took him to my spots. We caught 3 50-pounders. And we got this cool trophy. It's got the picture of the hand up here. And then it's got Jeremy Wade's signature right there, my signature, and my partner's signature right there. Back before the kids were old enough to really noodle. This was a long time ago.
Fierce was just a baby. He is brand new.
Yeah, Jeremy Wade held Fierce like a little baby football for the picture. That's how young Fierce was back then. And,
Oh, thank you, Boom Dog. He
What?
said she is a queen.
yeah.
Hey, guys.
And here's the picture of when we took old Jeremy Wade noodling. Look how young I look there.
Oh my goodness. That seems like it was forever ago.
Jeremy Wade here in Oklahoma, Shawnee, Oklahoma, to noodle the big catfish. Ain't that crazy? That was my favorite episode we've ever done. That was a blast. 2 days and we filmed all kinds of cool stuff.
Hey guys, also
Bring it around here. Maddie says hi, River.
who's Maddie?
From Indiana.
Howdy, Maddie, and everybody else.
Guys, tell us if y'all want to see more arrowhead hunting.
Pierce is showing his arrowhead collection.
Look
I
at
got
catfish
to.
bobblehead.
It eats
We're
somebody.
just
They said they might do a bobblehead of me next year at the Noodlers game, so I'm crossing my fingers that actually happens. That they'll get a Nate Williams bobblehead for next year at the Noodlers.
That would be dope.
That would be insane.
Earlier,
Anyways,
Thorne said he loves your Cody Jinks shirt. It's bad A.
Oh, thank you, thank you.
here, tell us if y'all want to see more arrowhead hunting.
Cash says he's from Washington. Hi, Nate.
Washington.
Hi, Nate. He's from Washington.
Just like, northwest of Washington or like Washington, D.C.
It's not Washington D.C. obviously, none of
We got
that.
lots of cool stuff to show them. I mean, we got too many trophies to go through, but I'll show them.
Gary says cool arrowhead collection.
Thank you,
This
Garrett.
one is mine. It's the best out of everybody's.
Shut up.
Boomdog said he has a cool shirt he's gonna send you, River.
Oh, can I
I'll
have
have
a
to
cool
wear it
shirt?
in a video.
There's
Boondog.
River's collection.
Oh,
He's got some pretty good ones.
Oh,
They said yes on the arrowheads. Fierce. Washington County, Hawaii is where Max Ugly is from.
Washington County, Hawaii.
Someone said please do more arrowhead videos.
cheese ball.
We're always doing it. We love arrowhead hunting, and Jimmy Millsap, that's also one of his favorite.
Where's my old AF? Oh, here it is.
What?
I was gonna show them this.
Oh yeah. Also, I was gonna show.
Oh my gosh. It's show and tell tonight, guys.
This right here, that's featured in the show Mudcats. It's the rattlesnake.
Yeah, rattlesnake that almost bit me and Scooter when we were walking to our hole. Big old rattlesnake, and we went ahead and killed him. And took it
Isn't
back.
it like 2 years for every thingy?
No, 1 year.
1 year, so that would have been one.
I think it was 12 or
2, 3,
13.
4,
Maybe 11.
2, 4, 6, 8, 10.
CD
12,
Mackey
14,
said he's from
15.
around Tulsa area.
Oh, maybe it is. Huh? This was the first hardware I ever received for Noodle. Back in 2008, I got second place at the Pauls Valley tournament on the 9th annual one. I started entering it in either 05 or 06, and finally, I think 05 was my first one, maybe. And then 08, we got second finally.
This is the pole I caught an 87-pound spoonbill on with Norm and
Show
Ayo.
them the signatures. No
Yeah,
one of
look.
them signed it.
We got Nate Williams, Norm, Ayo, Jace,
Cool little memento, huh?
me, and then I think that was Nick.
Nick, the camera.
Nick, the cameraman.
Yeah. That was our more interesting stuff. I can't remember what else.
I don't really know.
Yeah. Oh, let me show them this right here.
Oh, you could show him your trophy that you used to hold a tournament.
Oh yeah, show them. And then I put this in the best of noodling, but I'm sure some of you didn't watch all the best noodling because it was so long. But we got the Wisconsin record fish this summer, and this got sent out on October 1st. Got to us later in October, maybe even November. That took a while to get here, but
Also, Dad used to actually hold a noodling tournament where he would post online. You'd have to post online once
yeah,
a week.
it was a countrywide noodling tournament.
Nationwide.
We could bring it back, or if somebody wanted to volunteer to host it. It's a really cool deal. Once a week, you just weigh in your biggest catfish, any legal means. It could be noodling or whatever, and then as long as we give them a code word every week. I pick a random code word from like the newspaper headline, and they have to hold up a picture of the word next to their fish so we know it's a current fish, and they have to have a picture of it on the scale. And you can't completely rule out cheating when someone's weighing it on their own scale, but we all pretty much within 5 pounds, you're gonna know if they're cheating on a fish or not. So overall, it worked itself out. It was a cool little tournament. We did it about 3 years. That's one of the ways I got so much of my contacts. For when we went around and did the state series, I knew so many of the people from that tournament and just noodling in general.
Yeah, Aragon, it was Yak Pack that was in the spoonbill video and not AO.
Yeah,
Oh, Yak Pack. That's whose
Dum
signature
dum.
was. We took Ayo and Norm and then Yak Pack and Norm, so I get them swapped around.
What's the most dangerous fish? I mean, once it's out of the water, that can hurt you the most.
Like one that we catch, or
That freaking sturgeon was trying to tear me up. When I had
This?
The baby sturgeon?
yeah, dude, they were sharp.
Sharp AF.
Oh, this is Fierce's trophy you won for the kids tournament.
And this
Fishing derby.
is Diego.
And And this.
How many people's watching now?
We have 40 people.
All right, we probably need to wrap it up. Anybody else have anything to say before we go?
I got something to say.
Did y'all say what was the most dangerous fish?
I said, I don't know, man. Like,
I said a gar, guys.
Fierce as a gar. One did almost knock River out one day.
Not even an alligator.
Guys, this is
Yeah.
cups.
Where do I dig for lead?
For lead.
Boom.
That's what someone says.
Like lead that you'd use for fishing weights?
Or pencils.
Well, they
Cool
would
cat.
not be digging for
It's Tux. He's a sweetheart. He's also a brat. They're all brats. Remember when you guys took Fanatic's kayak off the Trinity River?
We didn't take it.
Yeah.
yeah, we took it.
God given, okay?
It was a weird coincidence.
That was so funny. I can't
It
believe
just
that
showed
happened.
up when we were
The
alligator
kayak
garfish
killers.
fishing.
I randomly think about that all the time. Like, how in the world did that even happen?
Oh no, we're supposed to collab
It cracks me
with,
up.
We're supposed to be
Paul
collabing with
Cafaro.
Paul
Paul
this summer.
Cafaro and
And
maybe-
Forrest Galante, we've got a collab set up with him, the guy from Extinct or Alive. And we've got a collab set up with Love and Slim. There's some
YouTube.
YouTubers from California. They don't really do fishing, but they want to try this out. But they got a big following. It'll be cool. And we're thinking about going to one video a week because, I don't know, I feel like we're burning people out. Audience fatigue.
Boomdog says, great job in Florida. Max says, you guys are awesome. The live stream is next level. Thanks for engaging. I hope you get even more huge and rich.
Thank you, sir.
Cruz said he watched Fanatic's video of that. I always wondering if you guys were doing a video while that happened. Yeah, they were doing a GAR video.
Yeah, go watch it.
We were doing a guard video when we found that kayak, and then we made a video showing that we found it, but we didn't see him, like we didn't cross paths with him. First time I ever met Fanatic is when he showed up here at this house, 4 hours away in Shawnee, Oklahoma. That was weird. I was like editing at my computer. I was like kind of sleepy, didn't have a hat on, nothing. I was just like at my computer editing, and someone knocks at the door, and I walk up, and I'm just so caught off guard. I was like, cameras everywhere. I'm like, what is this? And they're like, is that your kayak in the back? And I was like, not exactly, no.
No, the funny thing is we heard the air tag going off and Dad was like, oh, well, if it's somebody's, they can come get it and we'll give it back to them. But
Yeah.
also, this is a little sneak peek of our next video. I don't even know if I'm supposed to be showing it or not. But right there, so it gets all the pikes.
Pike decoy.
Pike decoy.
Well, let me show him. Let me
Very
show him
unique.
what
Someone asked what software you use to edit.
I started off with iMovie to edit, and then I switched to Final Cut Pro, which is basically like a souped-up iMovie.
Will you show them the 2024?
And then now I have somebody who helps me, and he uses Adobe. What is it? Premiere Pro. Premiere Pro. That's what I just won in Minnesota. Sneak peek. And it was made by, what is the guy's name?
No.
L.W. Lindley. Something like that.
Also, I think your 85 pounders on here somewhere.
Oh, yeah. There's one of my 85 pounders right there.
That's
That's a muskie I caught in Wisconsin a while back.
my 54 pounder.
That
from
was
our
River's
school.
54 pounder he caught when he was 4 right there. There was with the Outdoor Oklahoma. And there's Jeremy Wade again. That's Jace with his first fish when he was 3. The fish is cut off in this picture, but it was a little baby fish.
Yep.
Cool. Are you guys in Texas? We're in Oklahoma, Walker. Anyways,
No,
yeah.
There's much left to show.
Biggest cat you caught was 85 pounders. Biggest one we caught. Hey, Night Owl. Good to see you. We're going to get off this live, guys. Yeah, we're going to do a collab with Fanatic. I really think it'll happen. Paul's coming noodling for sure, and I think he'll probably drag Fanatic with him. And if he doesn't, then we'll do it. I wouldn't have pinned you as a Mac user, not that it matters. Yeah, well, you know, I've never used a Mac, and when I decided I was going to start a YouTube channel, I just kept researching the easiest thing that there was to noodle.
That's a noodle.
The easiest thing that there was to edit, and I did a lot of research, and they said the MacBooks had the best like memory and the best processors stock. I mean, you can soup up any computer like a gaming computer, but it just recommended it. Very user friendly and very easy, and I'm glad I did because it helped me get started pretty good. Great video. All right, guys, peace out. Go check out the Big Cat tournament. And also don't forget to check out the Christmas video on Miley's channel of our Christmas celebration if you want to, if you're into a little extra. If you were watching the live, you might like that. But otherwise, go check out those tournament videos, and we will see you guys next time.
Wait. Hat throw.
Aragon said if you need to go to one a week to get, we're not cool. I hear you, Aragon. I just think the algorithm, I think they don't do as good when people see like the same video so much, and I might be wrong. But I think I'm going to try to post once a week on my channel. I'm going to try to get at least one video out on theirs, so it won't actually be like we're losing videos. It'll just maybe change off my channel as much. Yeah, we like guided fishing trips. I love going on guided fishing trips. But all right, guys. Yeah, if you have something you need to tell me or something, send me a message on Instagram or Facebook. But I'll see you guys.